You'd never believe me if I said that I have found £75 worth of Indian stone flags hidden underneath this pit of weeds.
Hi, I'm Gabriella, and for a long time I have been growing fruit and vegetables in any space available to me. But after a long, impatient wait, I have finally been given an actual allotment plot to call my own, the biggest growing space yet. Subscribe now to follow my upcoming series as I transform my space, try and feed the 5,000, and learn to relax.
It's been 3 weeks since I direct sowed these carrot seeds and covered them over. I've uncovered them and look, I've got germinated carrots. So excited. I haven't watered them, but I'm now leaving that cover off and I'm going to be covering over with a clear mesh to prevent carrot root fly getting into the roots. The brassicas are doing well, so I'm going to increase the height of the netting by adding 3B2 posts over the corners. A quick check on the parsnips. There's nothing growing yet, but just a little D-weed to stay on top of it. This is where the spinach, carrots, peas and broad beans are, and I'm pleased to announce that we do have germinated spinach seeds, which I am pleased with. A few coming up in their neat rows. Nothing on the carrots yet, but my peas have come up. I was worried that squirrels might get them or mice, but there's no disturbance, so they should do quite well there. Onto the next big bed. It has got a nice layer of compost, but as I'm putting my fork through it, I can feel it's quite dense. Not as much clay as in the parsnip bed, but quite dense and a lot more rubbish. I was quite surprised at how much I was pulling out of this bed, even just the first third. Ah, just Jamie, coming to supervise me. Did you know that a conker or a horse chestnut needs 12 weeks of cold temperatures in order to come out of dormancy to germinate? I didn't. So you think I would have put the boxes on the side rather than just keep moving them around the same bed, but I didn't think of that. So carrying on, I'm digging through quite deep on this bed because it's two different levels. One path is slightly lower and one path is slightly higher. So I'm just going a little bit deeper than I usually would. I do hope to adopt the no dig principle in the future, but this here is an example why I think you should dig through your beds on a new allotment if you have raised beds, because you just don't know what crap you're going to find. After a deep forking and a fiddle around it in the hands, I have got this bed ready and I'm going to douse it with loads of chicken manure pellets and then a sprinkle of blood, meal and bone. And then I'm just going to fork this into the top layer and then level it out nice and easy, ready for my worm bin. Now, we've done these before, so just dig a hole in the middle of my bed, put in some vegetable scraps, and then drop in some worms with some brown compost, so cardboard leaves. And then I'm just going to mark that spot with a plant pot. Although I don't eat a lot of radishes, I really enjoy growing them. They're easy, quick, and so cute when they start coming up with the colours. So I'm doing 6 rows of a traditional red cherry bell radishes on one side, and then the other side will be sparklers and Dianes, which are red and white and purple variety. I won't eat all of these myself. I will give a lot of these away, but it's also just good for the soil to get something growing. My approach here is little and often. I'm weeding down this boundary on the south side of my plot. And I feel like I'm making quite good progress, throwing the weeds into the left-hand corner of this plot where it seems as if they try to make a huge pond. And as I'm making my way around, I can actually see that I think I've got some kind of fruit tree here, maybe a plum or a cherry. So clearing these weeds will also give that a little bit of space and air to grow, and we'll see what surprises it brings me in the summer.